Hello again, I'm back. John from Saleosaurus with some more of me walking around in stores and I guess finding a couple of things. First up, we're in my local GameStop, a place that I do my best to find something there once a month so I don't waste my $5 free money that I paid for, I guess. They got this nice big clearance table full of a lot of the same stuff they've had for, it feels like, years now. The Hammer of Bravia, ready for you if you're into that sort of thing. You know, they had some alright stuff, I guess. I kind of wanted these Jurassic Park plushes, but I don't know, they just look a little too cheap to me. You know, maybe worth dropping by to your local GameStop if you still have one. They might have something you want. I was a little tempted by, they had these trading cards that I'm gonna pick up in a second. That I still don't know what they are. Smashlings? I don't know, but felt like they were too expensive in the dark. I did kind of think about these. I think it's a Tokidoki Godzilla keychains, but I'm not the biggest fan of those figure roll keychains, so I put them back. Let me know if you want me to take a peek at the video games next time. I just kind of, breezed past those. I do really like this Butterfree plush. Every time I see one, I pick it up and I think really hard about buying it, but they haven't got me quite yet. They have a ton of cards now, like even more than they ever have in the past. It's like, I guess with the whole Pokemon boom, GameStop is kind of leaning into cards in general. I did like this Darth Vader with it has the cracked faceplate where you can see Anakin underneath it, but 28 bucks. It's making me a lot pickier about what I'm picking up, not just with Star Wars, but with everything. It's the first time I've seen that Asajj Ventress or this the Night Trooper over there, and it's about the 15th time I think they've re-released that Darth Nihilus. I guess that guy always sells well. I am a big fan of the Knights of the Old Republic, so I guess I don't blame them. It had even more cards here. They had like Invincible cards, Dune, Attack on Titan. There was a lot of interesting stuff that was more expensive than I was willing to pay. But I guess that's kind of the case in general for GameStop these days. I did think it was neat that they had so many CCGs. Like they had this Star Wars Unlimited game, which I started playing it for a little while, and then my buddy that was into it, he kind of got tired of it, so I stopped playing it. But I think it's a great game if you're a card gamer. Oh, peekaboo! There I am, catching my reflection in the third glass case full of trading cards in this GameStop. It's interesting to me that they have tables set up like they're trying to be the corporate local game store. It's kind of an oxymoron to me. We're heading up to the Nintendo section. I do kind of want this yellow Toad that I picked up. I'm not too interested in the Fire Mario that I knocked down, but I gotta have every color of Toad. And I am still on the lookout for that bruiser with the bow in her hair. Still no luck. Around the corner here, we're kind of where they belong. They have these fugglers. I just don't. I think it's the teeth. I think it's the human-looking teeth that really put me off. I don't know. What do you think? Do you like fugglers? I remember when they originally came out and they just went straight to clearance because no one was really buying them. Had a whole shelf here of Lilo and Stitch stuff. And I'd like to be a big manly man and pretend that I don't like Sanrio, but that would be a lie. I'm a fan. I'm a Sanrio fan, if you will. bunch of Sonic stuff. Not really my jam. I got a few friends that are way too into Sonic, and specifically Shadow the Hedgehog. I did think this Tails purse was really cute. Or I guess it's more of a wallet? I don't know, you let me know. What is that thing? One Piece. Just not something I watched the live action show. I thought that was pretty good, but haven't really been able to get into it any further than that. I did think it was cool that they had the Yu-Gi-Oh kind of block things, but those nano blocks are not where it's at. And then here we're at the modern action figures, the sort of, I guess this would be my bread and butter, the things that I normally look at when I go to GameStop, but still some pretty empty pegs. They do have these Sonic/DC figures that they really don't look bad. I mean, yeah, I don't think I'll probably be buying one, but if you've got them, how are they? Let me know. What did you think of those things? And I did pick up Sci-Fi here. I thought I was gonna buy it, even at the crazy price that it is. You can see I held on to it for a minute. That Gladiator and Deathbird 2-pack looking pretty cool. But I eventually, my eye was drawn to this Blockies Sakura Hatsune Miku. I don't know a lot about Hatsune Miku, but you know, she's a cute anime girl, and I'm a sucker for that. So I did end up going back for her. Who would win? Sci-Fi, the futuristic G.I. Joe soldier, or anime girl posing on a cherry tree? Well, we know the answer to that. This Stranger Things will, you know, I'm not the biggest Stranger Things person, but it looked pretty good. I like the little bicycle he comes with, and I think the last thing I looked at was these little capybara plushes. I felt like they seemed like more like pet toys than anything else, but you know, if you like capybaras, your merchandise choices are pretty limited. So here we are, yet another Walmart, not the same Walmart you've seen me in before. We are blessed with two Walmarts, and first visit is the clearance section. You know, pretty sparse clearance section, but they had a couple of things finally marked down cheap enough for my thrifty self. I got a couple of these Lord of the Rings Make It Minis for my wife. She likes those things. She's a big resin fan, so finally grabbed those for her. And then here's some more of those backpacks that I mentioned in the last hunting video. They didn't have Karapi, they didn't have Cinnamoroll or you know, Karomi or whatever, but those are pretty cute. I thought those were neat. But it's a, you know, I guess this is a pretty typical Walmart clearance section. It's like just kind of a bunch of random stuff. Got a weird looking Mike Myers, a weird looking Pickle Rick. Those were still $8 on clearance. Like, how is that clearance? It's a plushie. Whole bunch of these Yetis from the new Superman movie that I'm pretty sure that wasn't even in the movie. So no wonder that they're not selling. I do still kind of want that Halloween Stormtrooper that looks like a mummy, but haven't been able to pull the trigger just yet. I'm a real big fan of these sleeping Pokemon. You'll see a Squirtle here that I'm about to squish his little head. We got a bunch of these in the house already, but we do already have Squirtle, so I left him behind. Here we have the Albatross hanging around the neck of my local Walmart. At least 40 of these Sentry and US Agent 2-packs, and they're still $25. They've been that price since months before Christmas. I'll let you know if they ever drop it lower. I don't even think that I'll buy them. I just, at this point, it's like a cultural artifact. You know, you just gotta keep checking back. When will the price go down? Will it ever? We're heading down an aisle I don't typically visit, so we can take a peek at this mid-of-the-aisle action figure display featuring all these Hasbro properties and a couple of Mattels. This one is pretty well stocked, I'll say. They got this new retro G.I. Joe line with the Viper and Dr. Mindbender and Rock and Roll. They got the Grim Viper, which I think is an exclusive. They got, I don't think you can see it, but the Strong Guys down there. This Night Force Falcon and Quarrel 2-pack that I just put down is, that thing was marked down to less than $20 last Christmas, and they just restocked it at this Walmart. I don't know what's going on. Speaking of confusing decisions, this end cap that's kind of hard to see because there's a store fixture in front of it, but they have a whole bunch of Magna Guards and Ayla Securas that were on clearance a week ago. They've been put back out for full price. Hard to understand the decisions there. We got pretty nice stock here of the Motu Thundercats figures. The first wave there with Chitara. A bunch of really nice Masterverse figures too. They just don't seem to sell in my local area. And then I found someone had stashed up on top this He-Man from the 2000X series. I couldn't find a peg to put him on, so I had to put him back up there. And then we got I'm not a wrestling guy. Like, I loved wrestling growing up, but I just don't really, it doesn't get me now. So, but it was still cool to see that Ultimate Warrior as Blanca. I don't think that's something I would ever need in my life, but it looks well done. You know, good job on that one, Mattel. Got some assorted blind bags over here. You don't see Neopets stuff too often, so I had to pick that up. I wouldn't be surprised if I end up buying one of those things eventually. And then I also have Invincible. It's very strange to see Invincible merchandise right next to this really cutesy kind of, I would say mostly girly blind boxes and stuff. It's hyper-violent comic book and cartoon. These Warrior Cats were kind of strange. In the same vein as the, like, Afmao. I don't know if you're familiar with those. It's okay if you're not. Not really missing out on too much. Just another cat thing. We got some more filled Lego pegs or shelves than the last Walmart, but nothing new from what I could see. It's all still. It's like they took all the stuff that was there before Christmas and just kind of spaced it out. I picked up this Lego box, this Jurassic World one, because we just recently watched that movie, and it was funny that there was a set of the kind of annoying family from that movie. If you've seen the movie, you know who I mean. There's that TIE bomber that I failed to show you at the last one. Still want that one. Still gonna get it one of these days. Lego really leaning into the flowers these days, and I guess I don't blame them. Those are some pretty cool looking sets. This is the first time I've seen these. It's like a little cutesy little baby Bender that you can build, plus Zoidberg. I guess Futurama's a pretty cheap license these days, so these kind of not Lego brick companies can pick it up and put out some merch. And hey man, I appreciate it. I like Futurama quite a bit. That Andor U-Wing caught my eye as I was about to round the corner. Got some, you can tell the Pokemon stuff sells well. Look at all those empty pegs. Got kind of hodgepodge over here. Nintendo, Sonic, Sega, Skibbity Toilet. It's all here. It's all available. I was neat to see these Street Fighter figures. This is one of my favorite toy lines out there right now, the Jada Street Fighter. And it was awesome. They had Dalsim. I don't think I've ever seen him at a store before. Didn't pick it up because I already got him. Gave Mr. Beast the thumbs down. That's right. Watch out, Mr. Beast, I'm coming for you. This is an interesting set. It's Bombshell and Ramhorn in one package. I guess they kind of square off in the Transformers the movie, but it's bizarre to me that they put them in the retro style packaging like that with the plastic window when all the other releases of that line of like the reissue Transformers have been in like the plasticless box. Just Hasbro being consistently inconsistent, you know, as usual. We've got a lot of Marvel Legends up here, but not really very many of interest. We got a whole bunch of Logan in his winter coat. We got Hypno Hustler, who I have to admit I'm a fan. And there was one Retro Mysterio hiding back there, so I guess if you're looking for him, you know where to find him. And then lo and behold, a new sighting of a Micro Galaxy Squadron ship. It's the Geonosis Starfighter. I'm not a very big fan of the prequels, so just like the Magna Guard Starfighter I saw before, I didn't end up picking this up, but you know, when you see something new, you do have to kind of hold it for a minute and see how it makes you feel, see if you need that one, see if that's going to come home with you. But then I did end up putting it back. It's always strange to me to find one new item from a whole wave, you know. It's like, I guess, you know, somebody else got here first and they took home the prize. They went home with the stuff that I wanted out of that assortment. So now we're on our way to the electronics section, the adult toys, but not those kind of adult toys. We got a very picked clean anime shipper and horror shipper. I actually missed that there was one of these Chucky blind boxes still here, so I'm kind of kicking myself for not picking that up while I was at the store. They do have a whole bunch of these McFarlane figures that I'm a pretty big hater of these things overall. I just don't really care for them too much. You know, if you like them, hey, that's fine with me. But I do always like to look through and see what new stuff they got. Like, I do like that Guardian a lot. I remember reading that, The Funeral for a Friend and The Death of Superman and all of that, and I liked him in those comics. I had to make sure to point out these Designed by Robots Sonic figures because I missed getting them on camera in the last video. And then this Burning Godzilla is not a very good toy, but it sure does come with some cool accessories. All those smoke effects coming out of him are very tempting. And that's going to do it. As soon as I get done looking at these Super 7 plushes over here, I'm going to be on my way out. So thanks for taking a peek at my video. Let me know what you thought about it. What did I leave behind that you wouldn't have? I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, let's all try to be cool. See you again.